Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Primetime Sports Talk YouTube channel. I am Tariq Thompson, and today I am joined by Tariq Thompson from San Diego State. I didn't say a position there because we'll get more into that later, be it safety, defensive back, defensive playmaker. That's what we'll call it for now. But thank you for joining us, obviously. And can you kind of introduce yourself a little bit here for be it like high school career a little bit? When did you get into football and everything?
Okay, so I got into football when I was 4 years old, playing flag, and then got to like contact football when I was like 8, and kind of just kept going with there. Basketball, football, and track were like my main sports throughout youth. In high school, I just played basketball and football. Through high school, got to play on varsity as a freshman. I played a lot of safety, a little bit of like outside linebacker, nickel, and then sophomore year played receiver, defensive back, corner, safety, a little bit of both of that. And then junior year, I played a lot of receiver, played a little bit of running back, safety, outside linebacker, nickel, corner. And then senior year, did everything I did last year. So, I got to play a lot, which helped my recruiting a little bit. So got to do a lot there.
So you went to San Diego State, and can you kind of give us like a little intel on how that whole recruiting process went down? And if I am correct, your dad also went to San Diego State.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So my recruiting process was kind of quiet. Didn't have too many offers. Talked to a couple schools. Had offers from Fresno State, UC Davis, and San Diego State, and that was pretty much it. And yeah, it was kind of quiet, but pretty simple process for me. Staying home and playing in front of my family was the main choice.
So for you grew up in San Diego, then I'm guessing, right?
Yes, sir.
And so were you a Chargers fan by chance then?
Uh, I was. I was.
Oh, you were.
I was. Yeah. I mean, I kind of figured that they traded all my favorite players away, so couldn't really stick with that team. But yeah, I got a little bit of Chargers in my. There's still a little bit favoritism to that team, but so I'm a free agent, so I'm ready to join whatever fan base that picks me up. So
Right. So obviously this last year was kind of difficult with the whole entire COVID protocols and everything. Can you kind of talk us through that and everything?
yeah, so it was very difficult for me and my family. This last year, everything getting shut down, and not be able to go to the facility and stuff like that for like 4 months, and it's hard to get in shape really quick. Unfortunately, the NFL had a lot of injuries, and I'm gladly some of the teammates that I had didn't get really injured that much. So yeah, it was a long process, honestly, because from like March all the way to like the end of June, early July. That's when I got back to campus, and uh, it was a difficult process because sitting at home, most guys didn't get the opportunity to lift and stuff like that, so we're all out of shape, and I'm just working back into shape. It was pretty hard, but once we got it rolling, the season went well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play San Diego because they started tearing down Qualcomm, so we played in LA.
So for at San Diego State, didn't you played a position called warrior? Is that right?
Yes,
Can you
it
kind of
is.
give us some like intel on what that is and how it's kind of setting you up for the NFL this year?
So it's kind of like a hybrid position. So you can play nickel or slot cornerback or cornerback, free safety, box safety, strong safety, whatever you want to call it. So you play all that in one position. So certain plays you'll see me in the slot, some plays you see me outside, you see me blitzing, you see me deep, you see me in the box, you see me doing a whole bunch of things. And SSU's defense is very versatile. You have a lot of players do a lot of things. It takes a lot of skill and a good mindset. So, I mean, that prepared me to the NFL. I can learn any defense. I feel like I can fit into any defense wherever they need me to, whether it's safety, strong safety, corner, nickel, whatever. I feel like I can play anything in the defensive backfield and shoot a little bit of outside linebacker if need be. And I'm willing to play special teams. So that's,
So for the NFL draft last year, kind of getting back to the draft real quick, there was no safeties taken in round one. Do you have like any opinions on how the NFL has sort of, I wouldn't really say devalued the safety position, but in the draft, that's kind of what it seems like.
I mean, certain teams feel like they need to draft certain ways. Like right now, there's a lot of people talking about the quarterbacks and getting the quarterbacks early. So it's just whatever the need is for that current situation. If DBs start getting picked up, hopefully I'll get my name called. So we'll see. But yeah, it depends on the need and how the draft turns and what the NFL thinks they need more. Because I mean, last year wasn't really defensive backs. It was more like interior guys, or we had quarterbacks like Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. Just a lot of good quarterbacks, Tua. And so it seems like that's the trend for these last 2 years. So we'll see how it goes.
So I kind of called you like a defensive playmaker at first, and that's kind of seemingly like what was your forte during San Diego State. You had 19 turnovers in your 4 years there, 12 interceptions, 7 forced fumbles. Is making some turnovers like something you've always looked to do, or is that just kind of like right place at the right time, or kind of was it a blend of like all that and then like film study as well?
It's like it's one of all of it. I got good ball skills in my opinion. I know how to attack the ball. I'm a former receiver, so I think it's like me going up for a jump ball and a fade, or run the slant and take it to the house. So shoot, just having that ball skills, and then just having that want to get the ball out, because I want to generate offense from my offense. Because if I get the ball back, that means there's more chance for them to score. And what I want to get better at is forcing fumbles and stuff like that. So I feel like I did a decent job, but I show up my strength in this next level and just show that I'm more powerful than I've shown and more athletic than some people question.
Yeah. So you started all 4 years, pretty much all 4 years at San Diego State, so which is over 3,000 snaps, and you had what was it, 3-4 penalties? How did you manage that?
So I had 3 or 4 penalties in one game. It was a little ticky-tacky that game, but it was whatever. But just being disciplined, our coach did a good job of making sure we don't hold as defensive back, because that's pass interference is one of the most common penalties for a defensive player. And I feel like I'm a very smart player. I know how to get myself out of bad situations and not do anything illegal.
So before we get back into the draft process a little bit, what do you like to do when you are doing anything like football related? Do you like to play any video games, watch any TV shows, or any of that?
I'm a gamer. I mean, shoot, I love playing Madden and 2K and Fortnite. I'm trying to get into COD. I'm not very good at COD, but hopefully get back, and I've been looking for a Madden franchise. So, if anybody's watching this, send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram. I'm trying to get on the Madden franchise.
Are you a franchise guy or your ultimate team guy?
Franchise, yeah. I don't really play ultimate team. I don't like that.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So back to a little bit of a Madden conversation here. What do you think about the whole entire? Did you hear about the whole fixed man franchise thing at all?
I did not.
So a group of us kind of got together, a big group. It was like trending on Twitter how EA hasn't really added anything into franchise mode, and they've taken a lot out. Do you have any like really opinions on that at all?
I think they should add more. I definitely like playing franchise. When I get bored, I try to put myself on different teams and playing safety and quarterback and receiver and just different positions. But I mean, I definitely miss that old superstar mode. I definitely wish that it was easier to play connect the franchises, like say I want to join a league, it'd be easier for me to join a league online or stuff like that, or if teams looking for somebody to play, I'm in a Discord, so I've been trying to find me a league lately, but we'll see.
Are you Xbox or are you PlayStation?
I'm a PlayStation guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another question. This one is from my buddy Jack, who also writes for the site. He asks, who is the most famous person you have in your phone?
Am I following?
Yes.
Ooh, Rashad Penny, Darren Sproles, or Tony Jefferson. One of those 3.
Okay,
yeah,
so those guys are all from around the era, San Diego State, all that. So during your time at San Diego State, you played against Zach Wilson, Frank Darby, Brandon Ayuk, a bunch of other guys. Who was the most difficult player you ever had to play against? It can be any of those positions.
Zach Wilson. He's a phenomenal quarterback. I mean, I think he's going to show a lot of people how good he is when he gets to the next level. Hopefully his situation is good for him, and he's a great player. He's a cool dude to meet. Very nice, very humble, and yeah, wish him the best of luck in this draft. And I'm pretty sure he's going to go pretty high, so he's going to be set.
So you didn't go to the Senior Bowl, right? I'm kind of blanking on that, right? No Senior Bowl invite?
I wasn't invited.
And then I like to put these in quotations, the comment this year, you didn't get an invite. So
No, I did not.
does that kind of light a fire underneath you a little bit, being like, okay, these guys don't really know who I am?
Uh, I mean, I take everything as motivation. So yeah, but I mean, they just felt like I wasn't the best fit for that game, and that's okay. They feel like they invite the best players, and I always had a chip on my shoulder. Coming out of high school, I didn't really have too many schools think I was good enough to play at that level, and I proved them wrong. And they didn't think I was good enough to play the game, so I'm just gonna keep proving people wrong, and just prove myself right. Because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to be the best player I can be, and I'm not really worried about anybody else.
Okay, so during the draft process, a lot of guys like at the Senior Bowl, they talk to a lot of teams, and then like, how many teams have you talked to, and are really any of them sticking out? You don't really have to say who if you don't want to.
I've talked to a couple teams. I want to say a couple like up to like 10 or 12 teams. Yeah, a couple of people standing out, but I'm gonna let that just just be secret. But we'll see on that draft day. That's what we're gonna
So
see who really likes me.
So during like these interviews with the teams, is versatility something that always comes up? Like, are they asking you like what role you always want to play in? Do you say that like you want to play in any role, be it special teams, defensive back, outside linebacker?
Definitely. Like you said, I'm very versatile. I told them that they by watching my film, they see that I'm versatile and I can play in whatever they need. So whether that's special teams or defense, I take pride in doing my best to help my team win. So whatever they need, I'm going to do it. I'm a competitor. At the end of the day, that's all I want to do. That's why I'm playing football.
And so do you like compare to yourself to any other player, be it in the NFL today or like a few years ago? Is there a guy that you like focus on and kind of try to play as a little bit?
Uh, I wouldn't say just one player. I'm a football junkie, so I watch a whole bunch of games. I'm like you guys. I wish I had a podcast, or a YouTube channel. I'm trying to make a YouTube channel, but yeah, I watch Derwin James, Tyrann Mathieu. I love their games. Antoine Winfield, Kevin Byard, Darnell Savage, great player for your Packers. Justin Simmons is a great player for the Broncos. I love watching football. There's a lot of safeties I take from. And yeah, I was fortunate enough to have TJ Ward as my coach during this pro day training. So it's a great Bronco legend right there, and learned a lot from him. And I just love watching safeties, and I can't say I'm just one safety. I like being versatile.
So you also had like DeMonte Kazee, and then you also have Darren Hall, who's going into the draft this year as well. Have they what was playing with them like?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play with Devontae. I came
Oh,
in the year after he left, but playing with Darren was phenomenal. He's a great defensive back. Played with Dwayne Johnson as well, and the defensive backs at SDSU they're going to prove a lot of people wrong this year. And Darren Hall and Dwayne Johnson are very smart football players, very aggressive. Dwayne's very physical, knows how to get his head on the ball, knows how to wrap up. He's a great tackler, and he's one of those guys that hasn't lost the art of tackling, and that's came a little bit feel like unnecessary at this level. But tackling is very important. So he's a great football player. Darren's a great cover guy. Can put his head on the ball, can do everything you need as a corner or a safety. Whatever he needs to play, he'll play it. Same with Dwayne, and I feel like we all have that versatility to do that.
so during like these interviews, we talked about how a lot of teams ask about you like your versatility and everything, but there was some like murmurs a couple years ago about like teams asking like really weird questions during these interviews and everything. Have you had like any weird questions asked so far?
No, I haven't. I was wondering when I was gonna get one, but I haven't heard anything weird. So I guess I'm just blessed not to have a weird question to ask. But nobody really asked me much.
So last Thursday was 3 weeks away exactly from the draft. What are you doing like these next 2.5 weeks to prepare for that? And what does like a typical week look like for you in terms of like interviews, workouts, all of that?
So shoot, I'm doing 2 a days, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday I'm doing some footwork as well. Wednesday is kind of like my defensive back and footwork stuff like that. So on Monday I got my speed training in the morning, and then got my lift right after. Tuesday, same thing. Thursday, Friday, same thing as those days. And just trying to be a better athlete, but be more flexible. Be more physical, and just have the best footwork I can. And hopefully that works out when I get to camp.
So I'm part of Draft Twitter, obviously. I do a lot of scouting reports, mock drafts, and all that. Do you like, especially this year, do you pay any attention to mock drafts at all, or do you kind of let you and your agent deal with that? Like, especially this year, because outsiders like me have really no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention. My family will bring it up here and there, but at the end of the day, when the day happens, it'll happen, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to, hear my name called if it happens. If not, try to find myself on a team. Just either way, I got to fight for a spot. So I'm just looking forward to the opportunity.
So going back to like the whole Zach Wilson thing, there was a lot of receivers that you faced up against again, Ayuk, Darby. Who were the like? Can you name some others that you had like some really good battles with?
JJ Arcega-Whiteside, he's a very strong receiver. Connor Weddington, Khalil Shakir from Boise State. He's still in college, but he's a good receiver as well. We've had a lot of good players over the years. It's just an honor to be able to play against that competition. And, Frank Darby was really good. Brandon Ayuk was a great athlete, amazing with the ball in his hands. N'Keal Harry, we played him as well. Just phenomenal players. Colby Parkinson, the tight end from Stanford. Caden Smith, great players all around. So, yeah. So
kind of going back to the draft a little bit here, what is your draft party going to look like, and what is that phone call going to be like for you?
So my draft party, I don't even know yet. It's trying to be COVID safe, so probably just me and my inner circle, my family, and friends. But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to talk about because it's just so surreal. But I don't know. But that phone call is I don't know if I'm a cry or not, but I'll definitely be excited to hear my name called if it happens or whatever happens. I'm just be excited for that because it's a dream come true.
So, kind of wrapping up a little bit here. We talked about like Wilson, Darby, Ayuk, all those guys. Is there a handful of players, whether it be a quarterback, a receiver, or any of those guys that you are looking forward to playing against when you do get into the
NFL? Zach Wilson. Tom Brady. Well, other than those players I played against, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. We have a whole bunch of great players in this league. I just want to compete, and I feel like it would be a great challenge to go against all those guys. I'm blanking on some names, but yeah, there's just so many players that I just can't wait to play and just see where my talents take me and how I compete against those guys and see who wins.
So I brought it up to you earlier before we actually started recording. I have a buddy that also writes for the site. His name's Zach. He's a Broncos fan. He's a really big fan. He is really excited that I've been doing the interview with you. He kind of a little bit back to our interviews here. You can answer this if you don't want to. I don't know. Have you had any sort of conversation with the Broncos?
I'm not gonna say no.
Okay. So obviously, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your week. It's less than 3 weeks away from the draft, which is insane to me. I just got my new laptop.
No, that's all good, man.
I was in the midst of doing any scouting reports, and also my laptop died, so that was interesting. But I really found this interview a lot of fun because you are kind of like me. You kind of went through kind of just the whole entire Madden thing, want to start up a YouTube channel, Discord, all of that.
Right.
For franchise, is there anything you want to like see added into the game or back into the game or anything?
I want to see more cutscenes. I want to see be able to fire and hire offensive coordinators and having those just in-depth things that happen in real life. Because I feel like it's just a very basic game and you can't really do too much to customize. Even if you want to relocate or design your uniform, you can't do that. So I just want to be able to be creative and NBA 2K. They do a great job. When you do online franchises and that or leagues is what you call it. Because I played in leagues and those too, but you have to customize your uniforms, your arena, where you move and all that stuff. And I feel like that's needed because, why not make it accessible for everybody to use and, make them put all their interest in other stuff that they want to have in there, just in there. Because, should they finally put mouthpieces back in Madden and football? So I'm like, what's next? Just.
I haven't paid attention to that much. I thought that was just Ultimate Team or
No, they put mouthpieces back in the franchise stuff. You can put mouthpieces on people.
So are you gonna buy the game when it comes out this upcoming year?
Oh, if I don't get it for free, I'm gonna buy it because I love Madden. I'm a
So
competitor, so
you're probably gonna see yourself in the game. What's that gonna be like for you as a kid that's like played all the Maddens and everything?
oh yeah, I'm trying to pick everything on my player. I'm trying to get my player. But I mean, it'd just be surreal to see myself in the game. I don't really care about my rating because it is what it is right now. I just got to prove myself right, and hopefully it'll go up. But either way, I'm just excited to be on the game. And I mean, shoot, just seeing myself on the game. I wish college football was still available because
Oh
I'd
yeah,
have been on the game. But man, I can't wait till that comes back as well because I love that game.
they're coming out with that new one too.
Yep, I can't wait. Excited.
So obviously, I really appreciate your time here. Good luck to you on draft day. I'll be rooting for you and everything. Hopefully, it's day 2, day 3, whatever. Hopefully, it's maybe the Packers, Broncos, or hopefully it might be an NFC North team. But hopefully, just kind of take it easy on Devontae Adams, please. But
Nah, that's a great player.
thank you for your time today and everything, and I wish you luck.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.